So my name is Lindsay.
Hi, my name's Kit.
And this is One versus the Other. And today's topic is
It's a very heated.
for diverse things, yeah. Should you be fired for what you do on your free time?
What you consider fire on your free time? Like what you do on your free time? You can kill somebody in your free time. Are you gonna get fired because you did some crime stuff? That's very ambiguous.
Okay, so first of all, have I been proven guilty?
Okay.
That's
Don't know. That's never will be don't know.
Okay, so then put me on sabbatical. Put me on bereavement. Put me on leave. You have to prove that I killed society has to prove that I killed someone, and then you can fire me.
But it doesn't even matter for the company. Is how the public perceive what's going on is gonna be bashing in the company. They don't want to carry on the workload
with the image.
Yes, exactly. So on that note, you still have stakeholder. You have to able to carry on. This person carry on this bad news. Are you keeping this?
But I understand that there's like a moral code image that you have to uphold, but at the same time, it's like I feel as though we in society again have taken it a step too far, right? Like for instance, the whole like if you're conservative and you have specific views, like I don't think you should be fired for that.
Okay, that's why it has a different severity of what you're doing on your personal time. Like if anything crime related or very so-called immoral, it's very hard for a company just saying I'm not gonna fire you and such.
But like let's take for instance, who was that MLB player? There was a Dodger player who was essentially like let go and fined and everything because he was accused of attacking a woman on his free time. And she was attempting to get him arrested. And evidence and he was let go. Right now he's playing overseas. They had to they dropped the case of him for the attack. Right. Trying to make this on YouTube. But essentially he was dropped because of what she had said, and they eventually dropped the case, and they wouldn't even allow a restraining order because of how limited her evidence was, right? And so then he sued her. And he sued her so that he could get all the evidence that he wasn't allowed in the original case, right? Because you have to provide all your evidence, and they get all the evidence in return back when you're doing a civil suit. Eventually, they reached an agreement where she had to that they both dropped the case, but he got all the evidence, and he released all the evidence to prove his innocence, basically. And basically it was a conversation that she was having via text message about how essentially she was going to do whatever she could to get millions of dollars from him. And that she originally said, like, give me this amount of money or else I'm going to tell everyone that you attacked me. And in those cases, he was dropped. He lost his job. He lost his, his image because of her. Right?
He should file the law case able to make her defamation.
He did. Right? But at the end of the day, his image is still ruined. And innocence till proven guilty is obviously in society. We've already proven that people think guilty before proven innocent, right?
You can control the mass when the majority of the mass have their own opinion.
I completely agree with you, but my perspective is you shouldn't fire someone until it's proven. And if it's not proven for those types of things, I don't necessarily think that you should.
This is capitalism. What do you think the company would think that the image is not being damaged?
I guess that's true. I mean, like, I do enjoy capitalism.
I do enjoy some part of it.
And then some part of it sucks, but with everything there's something that sucks. Because, okay, so I asked about this, or like I thought about us bringing up this topic because there's a Reddit thread of unpopular opinions. And so your opinion is if it doesn't uphold the image of the company, then you should be allowed to fire someone for what they do in their free time.
It's not up to me, but that's what I see.
So then what is your opinion then?
Of course, your opinion, you want to be ethical as possible. You want to be, okay, if this person didn't do the crime or this person didn't do anything wrong, is uphold as a citizen, sure, they should do whatever they want. But in the society itself, society doesn't work that way. Company doesn't work that way. Company have to cover it for the image. So I understand their part as well.
Because at the end of the day, they lose money. Okay, I can see that. I just feel bad for the individual, but I guess collectively, the business has to uphold the standard of what will keep everyone's job, not just one person's job. I'll concede, yeah. That makes sense. But then, like... Moral side, it still sucks that we're not taking into consideration the fact that some people are completely innocent. Like, for instance, having not that... This is not me saying I agree with it. I think that people should be able to believe in whatever they want to believe in. Do I believe that people should, like I have no issue with the LGBTQIA plus community. Like, no issue. I think they should be allowed to do what they want to do. If it's not affecting me, I don't give a what you do. I was cussing earlier. Why am I acting like I can't say the word fuck while she's sleeping?
I was like, baby can hear.
She's sleeping, it's fine. So, I don't give a fuck what they do. But, I do believe that if someone wants to be a bigot, they're allowed to be a bigot. I
have nothing against anybody doing what they want, whatever they want. They're not affecting me.
So, in that instance, if someone doesn't agree, on their free time, they show that that's their opinion, right? And they're just an employee. I don't think it's a problem if they have that opinion.
But let's go back to the circle that if that person exposing the opinion in the worldwide, for example, a website, or for other people to see, people will see it.
And if they lose business, they lose business.
You cannot control you. You already let it out there.
Yeah. I feel like it goes a little bit too far.
But how can you able to get,
how do you find the middle ground? How do you find the middle of it? I have no idea.
It's hard to sustain for freedom of speech and abuse the speech. That's the same thing too. You posting your own opinion on certain platform or online, and everybody know that is you. And then you get you get bashed for your own opinion, then you get look out for your consequence because you know that you put it out there.
Yeah, and people are going to have a negative reaction based off the opinion. But at the same time, there's some opinions that are very moderate, right? I would consider this moderate. With people saying that I don't care what people do with the over the age of 18, right? If you want to socially transition a child, it's fine, right? But any type of surgeries, people are saying that they don't agree with, right? I can see that that's a moderate opinion, right? And I think it's up to the individual family, the individual child. All three of those things are the focus, right? And for each person, it's completely different, right? Some children need to change early. Some children need to change later. It's depending on the emotional maturity, the emotional strength. Because I can imagine any type of surgeries is grueling, right? I would consider that a moderate opinion.
Okay.
I'm not saying my own opinion on this. I'm saying that I consider that a moderate opinion. But there's a lot of people that consider it an extreme opinion to think that.
I mean,
on both sides. Both sides thinks that that's an extreme opinion. Some people think that you should do nothing, and other people think that a child should be allowed to do everything, even at a young age. So those two opinions think that middle ground is an extreme opinion or a moderate opinion.
I mean, that is the part of how the politics work in the United States.
I know. People have become so manipulated with what they see and hear, and it's like, it's up to each individual. It's each individual's life.
It's not, is everybody getting into so sensitive of like, you can find a disagreement of like, I'm not understanding your opinion, or I see your point, but I don't agree with it, but you see the point.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
You don't have to go out your way to do certain things just because you disagree with somebody.
But that's why, for instance, I really like the interview, and I know you said earlier you don't know who he is, but Bill Maher. Like, I've been watching him for years. Since I was a kid, my mom loves Bill Maher. He's known as a classic liberal. Like, classic liberal. And watching him have a conversation with someone extremely conservative like Candace Owens, they were literally like arguing 1 minute, laughing a second, and then another second they're like, we just don't agree with each other. Right? They went through a roller coaster of a communication that any normal human being should be able to have. Right? Like, I'll concede that that's your opinion, this is my opinion, we don't agree, and then we can go on and laugh about something we do agree on. And it was very enjoyable, the conversation.
Because it's supposed to be intellectual. Like,
yeah. It's two intellectual minds meeting and acknowledging each other. So, but nowadays you can't even do that. And it's gone so far that people will even try to get you fired. Even if it's not known who you are or what company you work for, right? They will find out who you are, where you work, where you live, and completely dox you.
That's
to
like
the point that they get you fired.
Cyber, what's that, violence?
I feel like it's bullying.
Cyberbullying.
I think it's more extreme. It's like,
because they know they hold the majority of the power.
If someone wants to be an asshole, yeah, they're an asshole. But now it's gotten to the point that people will videotape it and put you online. They want to know who you are. They want to know where you live. They want to know every single thing. And they say it's a form of teaching an individual how to act. But I feel like you're just teaching more animosity. They're just not going to like you more.
I feel like that's the point they get to the point. Hold up a mirror to yourself. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody are. We did something. We sometimes I step on an ant, the ants die.
I step on a lot of ants.
Okay.
I put fucking raid up.
And such.
Well, I can't. I have feral cats in my backyard, and I don't want the cats to die. I feed those cats.
That's your own problem. But nobody's perfect. Why you aim somebody to such a unhumane standard?
Because no one's... Yeah. It's not a natural standard to be... But some people have the standard of what Jesus like a Messiah type person, and I'm like, I don't like that person. Like, I don't want to be like that person.
Like, how are you there? Like, how do you know how Jesus like? Like, you're not there. That's like, everything is up to your interpretation. Why you hold your interpretation against the other person's?
Yeah. So that's where I'm saying that if a company can fire you, sometimes it gets a step too far. Like, I understand that we want to be compassionate, understanding, make sure that everyone feels equality, make sure no one feels like racism, blah, 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 blah. The list goes on and on. But we can ask people to uphold a certain respect in public, like attempt to be as respectful as possible. But no one's perfect. Like, we don't have shitty days where we want to cuss someone out and, like, it don't look great for anybody. Like, hopefully you keep that inside the home, but the fact that nowadays that you can record it and post it has taken it to the extreme, where people are getting fired. For instance, I told you earlier, someone posted a unpopular opinion about what was happening in the Palestinian Palestine versus Israel. I will not be saying my opinion on any of that because people got fired. Like, and it wasn't that they were like bashing and supposedly like either side. It wasn't Islamophobic and it wasn't, you know, anti-Semitic. It was just an opinion on what was going on, and from depending on who you're wondering, some people thought it was a specific way, and so they got fired. And in that instance, it's like, I don't remember people getting fired during the Vietnam War when they were against the Vietnam War. I don't remember people getting fired for that. I've never heard of that.
I don't think back then the social media or such a media can have as widespread of effects, or even communication doesn't even. Back then you read newspaper. Right now you just click a button and then you see all the news come out. That the communication skill is different from the back then. Maybe they want to do that back then. We don't know. It's past. But now with the vast majority of information is all online. It's hard to control that.
Yeah, I guess you're right on that, but
I disagree with the fire.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean they're not gonna do it.
Exactly. No, yeah, I agree with you on that. I just think as always, we take it too far. As always. But this is one comment from necessary_contingent. I'm gonna read their comment. It was made about 2 years ago. It says, I think it depends on the situation. A professor at the university where I work started tweeting regularly about how women should be in the home and that pursuing higher education as a female was unnatural. And would only lead to their own unhappiness. This situation affected his relationship with the students, the willingness of the students to take his courses, the reputation of the university, and his and the rest of the department's ability to do their job and provide the service students were paying for. He was a huge liability to our institution and a directly repudiated, I don't know what the fuck that word is, and I'll admit that I should know what that word is, the values we promote. He was no longer an appropriate fit. That kind of makes sense, though. I mean,
that's going back to the how that can affect the image of the
university. Yeah. And if the university is not sexist,
I mean, but he can uphold his own opinion, but
in his life, yeah.
That same point, he put that out there. He put that outside on his own home.
That's true. But it also used to be a thing where professors generally would want to take opposing views.
That's fine.
We used to teach kids to engage with people who had opposing views, right? So the concept would be, instead of shying away from his class, the concept would be to go towards his class to understand his perspective on why he, like, I'm not saying I agree with him, right? I don't like it at all. I low-key nowadays feel like feminism screwed us because we could have just been staying home and chilling. Someone else could have been paying all our bills while we just take care of the house. That sounds pretty alright to me. I do enjoy working though. But at the same time, it's like we would have taught kids to engage with that person, even if they were wrong. Even if our opinion
is different,
we would have been taught to engage with that person's opinion on instead of,
just let go of that person.
Exactly. I do agree that it probably affected morale in the school. It's understandable. But what happened to engaging with civil discourse with an individual that completely disagrees with you? That's what school is for. That'd be different if they were doing it as like they were a high-level CEO, right? And they were saying like women should be staying at home, But this is a college. There's supposed to be differing opinions clashing at a college.
And that come back to how about the parents feel? The parents feel, oh, why you waste my kid? You're the teacher. You're the teacher to waste my kid using your own opinion.
So, well, that's different. If the professor was not a professor but a teacher for third grade kids and was saying that opinion in elementary, then that's manipulation, right? At such a young age to be trying to convince a child.
Did you see how many loop on like a different level is just one variable? If this is a teacher saying their own opinion on the side, but wait, so it's a
fine line. But I think it's different because it's a college. And at colleges, you're supposed to go there to have civil discussion with differing opinions.
Okay, sure. But the other people, the students, still eligible to feel what they feel.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. But
I think the part is the school didn't want to deal with the
problem. They didn't want to deal with it. And I can't, that's fair. If you don't want to deal with the problem, you don't want to deal with the problem. But then in society later on, we're also teaching people that to not communicate with those we disagree with.
That's part of the hard part, that how can you able to find a fine line?
Yeah. So, yeah, I can, I feel like we can find, well, the guy's already got let go, so not my problem, not my life.
It's going to affect him the rest of his life, for sure, because
he's like 80.
That sucks.
If he's like, professors are normally old, right? So it's like, if he was like 60 or 70, verging on, and they probably had to pay him out, especially if he had tenure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if he get a bigger paycheck, that's fine.
Yeah. That's fine. You got paid to not work?
I would do that.
Yeah. I would totally do that. He might have a great life now.
Yeah, I know. He's like, dang, I don't have to deal with this student.
This bullshit.
Nope, not anymore.
I can stay at home with my wife.
I can get the money that I want.
Okay. But yeah, so let us know what your opinion is. Whether or not you think that women should stay at home and that's the happiness in their life. You can tell us your opinion on that. Or if you think that it's right that capitalism, if we do believe it's capitalism that allows it for businesses to fire people that don't hold the same opinion as an individual. If you should be fired for what you do on your free time or for your opinions that you have on your free time.
That's gotta be.
Or what you do in your free time.
Maybe that can be a presidential debate.
I mean, considering the type of questions they're asking nowadays, I was just like, man, that's weak.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I was watching the Are they doing a Democratic debate this year?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I watched the Republican debate, and I was like, this is just a bunch of catty... Yeah, there's like a bunch of catty women, like... Not to be sexist, but it was very catty. It's my opinion of what men think women are like, which we're not, obviously. But, like, it was very, like... very, like...
catty.
Yeah.
But I feel, I don't know, when I try to watch the debate, they always, like, yelling at each other. I couldn't
hear. Exactly. You can't hear their opinion, and I'm just like, dude.
Can you stop talking? Let her finish. And then can you stop talking after you finish? Or let him finish.
Dude, and the moderators are so, like, weak about it. It's crazy. They're like, sir,
Because he couldn't cut into it. Because he can't shut up.
Yeah, just tell him to shut the fuck up. Just say, shut the fuck up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Like, if we could put, like, a gag in all of them and just take it out each time each one has to say their opinion, that would be great. And then if they didn't have to, like, if they would just get to, like, the bullet points, that would be good. Like, we have lives.
Yeah, I know.
You're annoying. If anything, you annoy me. Like, you're, like, I have to listen to one person cry. Now I have to hear you cry on television about why you should be president. Like, and how you'll be oh so great. But then not tell me at all how you're going to do it or what your actual plan is with no actual meaning. Like, you're wasting my fucking time.
Yeah, but we keep electing those people to be president.
I know. Because they're thinking, like, well, there's no one better. And then
And two devil, out of two devil, which one is the worst?
it's like they're both on the shitty scale. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
No.
I 100% agree with you. This, I don't even know what I'm gonna do this year.
Oh my god, we will see what.
Oh my god, like I would like to consider myself moderate in when it comes to independent when it comes to opinion. Like I'll go left, I'll go right, depending on what the argument is about. But nowadays, I'm just like, damn, they both suck so much. They suck ass.
Well,
thank you so much for listening to us rant. And please let us know what your opinion is.
Yep. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.